Vampire Diaries. This is my obsession.
And mine.
And mine.
For 4 seasons, supernatural creatures have taken over our block.
There's vampires, werewolves, doppelgangers,
witches,
and even hybrids.
There are those that ship them.
And there are those that stand them. And then there's us, the TumbleCon planners, the podcast ramblers.
Brianna,
Yolanda,
Mel, Andrea,
and Lynne.
We are the TV TumbleCon committee. I guess the first question is, who are your favorite characters? Alaric for me, obviously. I guess like when I first started watching the show, I came in the beginning of season 2, so Alaric was already a character, so there was no space, like no time for me to love any other character. Immediately I loved Alaric, and I've seen a lot of other stuff of Matt Davis, and I guess Alaric came off as sort of really underappreciated to me, and I've always kind of been a thing for like the underdog, and he's just so neutral about a lot of things. I mean, obviously he hates the bad guys, but he's like, he's got his own sort of snark going on, and he doesn't try to take sides, like with Damon or Elena or Caroline or anything. He tries to offer honest guidance. So I guess that's a logical explanation.
Makes sense to me. Guess it's my turn, huh?
Yeah.
My favorite character is Damon Salvatore, and I know a lot of people like Damon Salvatore, but I think the reason why I like him is because since first starting to watch the show, and obviously I was one of those people who came from Lost and saw Ian Somerhalder, and then I switched over to the Vampire Diaries. But outside of Ian's portrayal of Damon, I think just the way the character is written in just a very careful and meticulous way of his story arc and kind of growing into what he is now and even whatever he's going to be in the next couple of seasons is just very fascinating. There's still always this mystery to him of the things that he says, and then compared to the things that he does, there's just a lot to analyze, a lot to take in when it comes to Damon Salvatore. So I like his complexity. That's basically the reason why I like Damon.
Okay, me, my favorite character is Elena Gilbert. Pretty obvious. I like the fact that she is such a strong character, and some people see her as a martyr, and she is that, but she tries the best that she does, given all these horrible circumstances. And no, I mean, aside from all the over-the-top, completely unrealistic stuff that happens to her, I believe she's relatable in a sense. I don't know. I kind of, since the beginning, I've always, she's the one character that kind of really stuck out for me. Well, her and Damon, but mostly Elena.
Okay, yeah, I'm another Elena Gilbert fan. She's my favorite. And really, it started out because I started watching the show because of Nina, because I watched her when she played Nina on Degrassi. And, yeah, she very is, the center of the show, she's what we love about the show, well, at least what I love about the show. And, it's her story, and she constantly is discovering new things about herself, and, it's very interesting to watch her character and watch her grow as a person. Because she started out as just a little girl, then she's just growing up so much in just 2 years.
I would say that my favorite character would probably have to be Jeremy Gilbert, because I find I connect with him on a personal level because, like, he started off broken and there was nothing going for him, and then he started to care about, like, everything again and learn from his mistakes and grew into a stronger person who was able to, like, protect people, and he overcame so much. So, yeah, my favorite character is Little Gilbert.
Oh, moment of silence for Jeremy.
Oh no, I see how this is. Bye. Next question. Who do you stan? I think that's just the same question for us.
Yeah.
I mean, like, of course we're gonna stand our favorite character.
Well, I think there's a difference. There's the slight difference.
There's a slight difference. I mean, if you stan someone, you stick behind every choice they make. Okay. I guess, of course, you know, Alaric's my favorite character. For a long time, I actually, like, I caught on to the standing thing, like, actually. Like, I had no idea what that was. And when I found out what it was, I was like, I don't really stan, like, I'm not... every character has their flaws, and that's what makes them great, you know? So when I heard what it was, I didn't actually think I stan anyone. But when I think of Alaric, this is going to sound so cheesy and delusional. I know it.
We're fangirls all here, so don't worry.
But, like, when I think of Alaric, I honestly cannot think of one thing that he's done that I disagree with. Like, I think a lot of the choices that he makes are some of the same choices that we all make, and a lot of people, I got a lot of questions about how I felt about his character when, you know, the alter ego Alaric came about, because that was technically him. And, you know, did I believe that the choices that he had made as evil alter ego were wrong? But I don't. I mean, that he's a normal human being, and it's a lot to take in, and he was really sort of thrust into the reality of it really quickly when he walked in on him and his life. And he lost everything he had. I mean, he clearly doesn't have a family. He didn't have anyone but Isabel. And I mean, he was obviously a family man. That's what he wanted in his life, and his wife just was gone, and he thought she was dead, and then all of a sudden his life turns around when he realizes she's become a vampire, and vampires are, you know, very real, and she just chose to leave him. And he went through a lot, and, I mean, other characters have too, but he sort of let his anger get the best of him as his alter ego. And, I mean, that's going to happen. You die so many times, and it's going to change you. And I don't think that anything he did really, as evil Alaric, was anything that was out of the norm. A lot of normal people couldn't handle that. Yeah, so I guess that's why I stand alone.
Well, I stand Damon, and not in the sense that it's like any choice he makes is like the most perfect choice ever. I mean, I definitely see his flaws, but I guess that's why I stand him. It's because of his flaws and his good side, both of them together, and the fact that it makes him who he is. And if he hadn't made the flaws that he's had, or made the mistakes that he's had throughout this whole journey that he's been on, then we wouldn't have the Damon Salvatore as we all know him, love him. So I think also it's because I definitely understand in his character why he does the things he does. I mean, it's all very logical to me. Where those choices, those very impulsive choices are coming from. And most of the time, I believe, I know lots of people disagree, it's from a good place, or it's coming from a place where it's some hurt involved. So, yeah, I have some sympathy for Damon, and that's why I stand him.
Preach, girl, preach. That's all I got.
I also, the whole standing thing, I didn't learn what that was until recently. And, of course, I would be considered an Elena Gilbert fan. And Elena, it's kind of hard to stand for her, just how much hate she gets and how many people seem to dislike her for one reason or another. whether it be for a ship or a decision or any of that. But to look at what I was going to say. I don't know. I totally am blank. Okay.
Can I just add on to that? Because
I felt the need to add on to that too. I was like, yes.
I lost it.
I was gonna say, like, I found myself in my standing of Damon starting to stand Elena a little bit, mostly because, I mean, just the fact that she is so strong in her choices, number one. She's very sure of herself, and that's very admirable, seeing how young she is and how much she's gone through. And just the fact that she's gone through so much and she's still standing and she's still surviving, and she's still caring about everybody else, maybe not right now, but I'm sure she'll eventually start caring again, because it's Elena Gilbert, and it's just, you know, she's just amazing in that way. So that's why I understand all her choices too, just trying to put myself in her shoes as well. So.
Yeah, that's how I feel a lot about Elena. I'm starting to love Elena a lot more now that, I mean, obviously, Alaric, you know, isn't there for me to love anymore, so, but like Elena, I feel the exact same way I do with her about how I feel with Alaric. She's been through so much, and it's amazing that she's kept it together even this long. And it's really kind of crazy when people blame her for turning it off and for protecting her brother and doing all this stuff. She doesn't have very much left to lose. Right. And when you get to that point, I want to say
to protect what little you have left.
I want to say, you know, you're only human, but even worse, that she's a vampire now. So I hate to sound like Stefan, but it's heightened. Yeah. So.
As long as you don't say Sirebond, it's okay.
There's only so much hurt a man can take, you guys.
Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna add to it, because, I'm, like I said, my favorite character is Elena, and I'll stand her to the end, because, like I said, she's discovering herself, and just her growth, watching her do it is just amazing. And, you know, she'll make bad choices. She will. I mean, everybody does.
Right.
And just because she's a good person and she's making a bad decision every once in a while, everybody, like, annihilates her. And, like, the same thing is, as I saw all the hate about her, my bond with her just got stronger.
Same here.
Even though she's not aware of the hate, it's like, it's painful.
Yeah.
So, I'd say that I'm a Damon stan above anything else. Like Yolanda said, I know that he has his flaws and he does bad things, but, like, I don't agree with things he's done. Like, I don't think everyone does. But he has realized on, like, multiple occasions that what he did was wrong by showing sympathy, like, to Elena when he did certain things and all that stuff, and to Alaric. And, like, I like the fact that he lets his like, the light in his heart shine through to people he likes whenever other people only see the darkness in him. So, yeah, that's why I stand Damon.
Ship Damon with Damon.
I feel like we're in church, you guys. Because I'm like,
Another point I want to make about this standing thing, and I think that one of the things that really comes through when you stand somebody is the fact that you're understanding that these characters are kind of representing, you know, human nature almost, because you know, we all make mistakes. We're not perfect, and neither are these characters, and so you have the tendency to forgive them for whatever, you know, bad decisions they make. And even if it's many bad decisions, you know, that's kind of how we operate, you know, as humans. We do make a lot of bad decisions. Of course, it's on a heightened, quote-unquote, scale because they're vampires. But I think, you know, standing allows us to understand that, I think.
Yeah. Do we have a Vampire Diaries committee?